all of you to become competitive bodybuilders. And after that, I want you to run the New York Marathon. When that's all said and done, we're off to the Olympics. Come on, who's with me? It seems like sometimes when I talk about fitness, people heard something like the previous statement. They get this look on their face. I also hear several different brush-offs. Weren't you like a Marine or something? You guys are crazy anyways. You don't know what it's like for like real people to like exercise. Or, oh Ginger, you're just so young and skinny. You cannot understand how difficult it is for someone like me. Yes, it's true. I started exercising because the Marine Corps told me to. I became a fitness instructor so I wouldn't gain that freshman 15 when I went to college. But exercising isn't something that's amazingly easy for me. And I'm not the most in shape or flexible girl out there. I have gained insight, however, on the benefits of exercise. I want to share my knowledge with the people around me so they can live longer, fuller, and healthier lives. We all know that exercising is good for us. We hear about it, read about it, and see it all the time. But do we know why, specifically? So what? We can all run a triathlon and win? I'm going to go over some key reasons on why we should exercise. First off, this is something that hits home with me, and I'm pretty sure it does with all of you. Raise your hand if you have stress in your life. Any stress at all. While some stress is good for you, it seems these days we're overwhelmed by it. You get it from work. You get it from home. You get it from work and home at the same time by simply looking at your cell phone. Stress, stress, stress. I feel it the most at the office. I get so frustrated when the equipment is broken, or my computer program isn't working again, or my instructions appear to be written for a rocket scientist. Drives me crazy. But stress is pretty bad for us. When you get stressed out, your body releases a hormone called cortisol, which increases your cravings for that high-fat and sugary foods. Stress can also cause high blood pressure, which not only affects you during your day, but even when you're sleeping. People who have a lot of stress in their life tend to be sick more often than those who are not as stressed. And if they don't relieve that stress in some sort of way, they can end up having depression. Fortunately for me, I'm allowed to exercise at work, which, let me tell you, it's a lifesaver for me and the equipment. I actually do. I take a log to the gym and I write down not only what I'm doing, but my mood. And a lot of times it says frustrated, but now okay. Secondly, exercising helps us to age gracefully. It's particularly important as we get older that we exercise. People who are inactive are at a higher risk for certain conditions, such as metabolic syndrome, diabetes, and heart disease. As we age, you also can, after the age of 50, if you're not exercising, you lose 1/4 pound of muscle every year for the rest of your life. Another thing we lose as we get older are motor skills, such as agility and balance. Everyone wants to live a full and healthy life, and I'm telling you, the answer is relatively simple. There are 3 things that create the pedestal of excellent exercise, and that is cardio, strength, and flexibility. I will go over these items. Let's talk cardio. Cardio can be running, jogging, or even walking. I love cardio. That's why I teach kickboxing, turbo kick. I sometimes resort to the mentality of a 5-year-old, running in circles and screaming at the top of my lungs. The nice thing about being a fitness instructor is that I can convince everyone else to act crazy along with me. But you don't have to go to a class like mine to get your cardio in. You can get it in as easy as walking 30 minutes a day. You don't even have to do it all at once. If you walk 10 minutes 3 times a day, the health benefit is the exact same as if you walked it all at once. I told you the answer is relatively simple. The only thing I suggest is that you walk at a slightly brisker pace than you normally would. Next, let's talk about strength. Strength is so important. You can do this by going to a gym or using a home workout video. Again, you don't have to have your goal with strength to look like the Governor. Instead, you can focus on just maintaining your current shape and increasing that tone. This will boost your metabolism and maintain that muscle mass over time. Doing lots of repetitions with a low pound weight is one way to do this. At this time, let me show you a way to do strength training. I'm going to demonstrate on the wall because you won't see me on the floor. One easy way to do it is a push-up. For a push-up, what you should do for a tricep is you're going to put your hips in line with your knees, in line with your feet, so they're completely parallel to each other. You're going to put that wrist directly underneath that shoulder. This is a proper push-up position, but a lot of people will modify and go on their knees if this is too difficult. When you're on your knees or on your feet, one thing you want to focus on is not dropping those hips down or sticking your butt in the air during a push-up. All you're simply going to do is breathe, come down, hold it if you like, and come back up. A key item to note here is to breathe when it's the most difficult point of the exercise. So if you're going down and that's difficult, exhale. And if you're coming up and that's the more difficult part, exhale. One easy way to do strength training right there. Lastly, we have flexibility. Flexibility is most often neglected by people, unless you're a yogi, and that's a yoga enthusiast. Flexibility is something that we lose over time if we ever even had it to begin with. It's really important that we stretch often though, because whenever you're stretching, you release toxins in your muscles and you reduce stress. You can also increase your agility and balance. Everyone, please stand up and let's relieve some stress. What I want you to do is take your hip closest to this wall and lean it in that direction, bending that knee. I want you to take the other leg and pull that toe towards you. Keeping a nice flat back, put those hands on the bent knee, and you're going to slowly bring that chest down towards that toe. And come back up. Inhale, exhale. Your stress has been relieved. Take a seat. Cardio, strength, flexibility. With these 3 things, doing them in a very basic manner, you can improve your health overall. I'm not asking you to try to be a fitness model or to compete in a World Cup. Just give yourself 30 minutes a day doing one of those 3 for a better life. Thank you.